Hello everyone, Barb here from barbaderholt.closetomyheart.com. Today we are going to be using the February 2023 Stamp of the Month from Close to My Heart. It is called Springtime Borders. This is what it looks like. Super cute, all the different little things. Today we are going to feature the strip of hearts. So let's get going. I am going to bring in my silicone mat because we're going to play a little bit and be a little messy. I have some Distress Oxides. I have Candied Apple, Abandoned Coral, and Worn Lipstick. I believe Candied Apple and Abandoned Coral are current products, but the Worn Lipstick is, I think, it is not in the catalog anymore. But that's okay. I have it in my stash. That means I can use it. I'm also, to do this, I'm bringing in just a plastic bag and get this all put together here. Let's see if I can be sort of organized. I've got a plastic bag and I have, this is one of the little pockets that I use to put my cards in. When I make a card, I slip it in here. So we're going to use this. We're going to do some ink smooshing. I also have my distress sprayer and a piece of photo paper. This has a little bit of a glossy sheen to it, and that's what we're going to make our background with. So the first thing we need to do is take our little inks here, and I am squishing some onto this plastic bag, and I'm using a plastic bag. I could use my mat, but I'm just going to toss the plastic bag when I'm done because it was from my stash, and it just makes cleanup a lot faster. So we have got that good to go, and I'm going to take the distress spray and I'm just going to throw a little water on there. It's a game of guessing. There is no rule. I'm going to lay my piece of photo paper down and I'm going to pick up on my baggie. I think the top one is the Candied Apple, and I'm just going to dabble it on here. And then I'm going to move on to the Abandoned Coral. And again, I'm just layering it on top. I love the Distress Oxides because they layer on top of each other and they don't mix together and make things muddy. You don't get that really lovely puce color. And you can see it curls up, but that's okay. It flattens out when it dries. So you can see it's already starting to dry. And you can just keep going on and on and on, layering more and more. You can tip it so that the ink runs, all sorts of things you can do. So I'm going to move this out of the way because I have a background already done, and we're just going to speed this along. So here is my background, my card base. This is a little heart from my stash. This is also a heart from my stash. I will show you. This was called the Heart Shaker, and it is this big shape here. And I just love it. It has a stitch detailing, and I think it's really pretty. We need to stamp, and I am going to grab this little foam piece that comes in each of our stamp sets. And I'm going to lay this piece of paper down, and I am grabbing my black ink, and I'm leaving my stamp block down, and I'm pouncing my ink pad onto seeing something weird on there. We're going to see how this turns out. Please excuse my head. Down, up. How did we do? Oh, it's not bad, but there is something on there, and I am not happy with it. So I'm going to give this a good wipe, and I have an old microfiber cloth, and I'm just going to dry the image off. And I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to ink. I think that looks better. So here we go again. And we're going to let that ink transfer for a couple of seconds. And that's not too bad. Better. Fortunately, I have one ready to go. So we're going to move on from there. Sometimes the stamping just doesn't go as well as you'd hope. So I've got this, and I think I'm going to take, I'm going to use glue. And hopefully my glue will run. It's been being a little bit of a stinker today. Okay, we're going to put this on the card base, just like that. And I'm going to grab my biggest block, and I'm going to set it on there just to give it a little weight so it flattens out. And that usually takes just a couple seconds. I'm going to be using this Happy Valentine's Day saying from the Just to Say Cricut collection. This actually came with one of the Cricut cartridges as part of a bundle when we used to sell the actual physical cartridges back in the day. And it's just full of great stuff, so I'm going to use that sentiment. So let's get this placed down here. And I think I want my heart at a little bit of an angle. So I know this looks kind of goofy, but I don't want to lose my placement. I really like that, where that is. And then I can get that in place. The goofy things we do when we make cards, huh? Got another couple of ideas for this stamp set with a couple of the other borders that are on it. So cute. And oh, we've got snow and cold here where I live, so the little springiness is good for my soul. I've got this other little heart. It's out of black glitter paper, and it has a little stitch detailing. And I'm just going to put it right there. And again with the little foamy guy here to ink up my saying, Happy Valentine's Day. And I think it'll just nestle right here. Now when you're stamping on this glossy paper, you have to be careful not to be slippy slidey, because it will smudge. And the other thing you have to do is you have to set it aside so that it can dry, or hit it with your heat gun. But that turned out nice and crisp. I'm very happy with that. And that's it. That's the card. Happy Valentine's Day, using a little in my stash, having a little play with the Distress Oxides, the candy apple, abandoned coral, and worn lipstick. Isn't that fun? When I cut out this little heart, I ended up with an inside, so I made a second little card. This one says thinking of you. I have a friend in the hospital right now, and that thinking of you is from this heart full of love, and this was a coordinating stamp set that goes with the heart shaker, so you can see how that all works together. These are no longer available, but dig in your stash, find those hearts, find the goodies, use them up. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a blessed, crafty day, and I will see you next time.